Good morning, this is Barbara again from IamBizSchool.com. Today I want to give you a few little tips on how to choose a domain name when you're getting ready to purchase your own domain name. You hear people talking all the time about getting keyword-rich domain names, and I've had a lot of people come to me and say, what in the heck is that supposed to mean? I don't even know what a keyword is. Essentially, a keyword is a word or term that people put into a search box when they're searching for something. Now right now I have the GoDaddy page up, but I'm going to go back over here to the other tab, and I'm using Google Chrome. If you don't have Chrome, this might be a little bit different in your browser, but essentially most browsers now will allow you to use tabs. It makes it very convenient. So I'm going to go back over to my Google site, and this is my personal site. I have all my stuff up. You see, there's me. Hi. Anyway, I'm going to go into Google, and let's say, for example, I have a Pomeranian and I need a new little outfit to put on my Pomeranian. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to search for dog accessories. Okay, you can see there's a lot of things. We have 136 million searches for the words dog accessories. Now, if I'm very into my dog and maybe I even have a pet store or something, I might be considering using that as a niche that I want to go into, and I want to look for some keywords that I can use that will get me a high page rank, get me up in this top half of the page. It's called above the fold. You want to try and rank for these first 3 or 4 or 5 positions in Google, and the area here that is highlighted are paid advertisements. These people pay, they bid on keywords, and that's a little bit more advanced lesson. That has to do with your SEO and your pay-per-click advertising. The same thing here on the right. You see there's a lot of advertisements in here, and these people pay for people to go, for the advertisement here so that people will see them up front and click on them. And every time someone clicks on this and goes to their site, it costs the advertiser money. So if you're not really interested in it, it's sort of kind of cruel to go in there and just start clicking on these. I know a lot of kids do that, but we're not that way, right? So anyway, I want to go and get back to topic. I want to search for dog accessories, so I put in dog accessories. One of the things you think about when you're thinking about keywords is what would you search for? Now remember, if you're picking a business online, you want to go into a subject area, a niche that is particular to you, is passionate for you. It might be golf, it might be pets, it might be teeth whitening. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's something that you are interested in. If you're trying to do something that you have very little knowledge or very little interest in, that's going to come across on your web pages, on your promotions, on everything you do. So you really want to keep focused and try to find something that you're really interested in. Like, for example, I really love website design. I love internet marketing, and you probably can tell that I have an affinity for it. I really like doing it, so that's one of the reasons when I do promotions, I do videos and different things, it comes across, first of all, more naturally. I'm not reading off a script or anything. I know my material, and so I can come to you and bring you my expertise, and it's something that I really enjoy doing, so that comes across. And typically you will be more successful if you stick with something you know. I mean, it's an age-old adage, but you want to stick with something you know. So anyway, back to keywords. So keywords are essentially the words that you or it could be a phrase. It could be one word, or it could be a phrase. Dog is a key word, and if I search on just dog, you see I'm going to get over a billion, that's with a B, results. Okay. And here I happen to be located in Winter Haven, Florida, so this is a local search, and you see the map will come up. And I'm going to have a little video coming up in the near future about local searches and how you can put that to your advantage, and what these little things are all about and how you can tap into that market. But that's just a little hint what's coming up soon in a little bit more advanced stage. But let's get back to the keywords again. Okay, so dog is a keyword, dog accessories, dog bowls, dog collars, all that type of thing. Those would be keywords. So let me go up here to my domain names, and I want to think of a domain name that has to do with dogs. So let me just try dog accessories and see what happens. Dogaccessories.com. I'm going to click the go button, and you see it pops up a screen, and on the screen it has dogaccessories.org, Mobi, Me, TV, different ones. Dogaccessory.com is available for back order, and what that means is that it is about to expire, and it will be put up for auction, and it will start at this price. So you can place a bid for back order, and first one that gets in, and it's depends on how it's listed. I usually avoid back order things. It's just because I can't get it right now. I don't know if somebody might come in here and, you know, they start out at 1986, and I might end up with someone bidding thousands of dollars on this thing, and I've wasted my time. You see here at dogaccessories.org is listed as a premium, so apparently someone has had this. They've chosen to put it up for sale, and it's selling for $1,900. So it is amazing to me that someone had dogaccessory.org but not dogaccessories.com. I would bet that the person that has this domain name also had the .com and then the .net and maybe the .info at the same time, and they have just come expired. So maybe they're getting out of it and going into something else, whatever it may be. But this basically, when you put in your search term, this is what you're going to get. But I want to see if maybe there's something I can do a little bit better. Now, it does show dogaccessoryshop.com is available. Now, you can check that and go in, and it's it doesn't say it's premium, so it's probably at their basic pricing. But, that might be a good accessory to go for. So let's just look out of curiosity. I'm going to take Dog Accessory Shop. I'm just going to highlight it and take that part of it, and I'm going to go Control C on my keyboard. That's Control and the letters. You hold down Control and click the letter C, and that's going to copy. And then I'm going to go up here to a new tab, and I'm going to search for Google keyword, KEYWORD tool. And you see, as soon as you put Google key, it comes up automatically. That's what you want. And this is a free service from Google, and it's designed for people that have AdWord accounts. I happen to have one, but I'm not going to even log in. You don't have to. You go in and you're going to put in your keyword or phrase, and it could be one word, it could be a phrase. I'm going to hold down my Control key and my letter V, and it pastes it in there, and it's pasting it as all one word. Now, you can use the other version of this, which would be putting a hyphen or a dash or something in between. So we're going to try both of them, see which comes up best, and I'm going to search for this. Now, you can search without the box ticked here. It says only show ideas closely related to my search term. So it's going to get something that's really close to this if you check this box. And I usually do check it personally. I prefer to check it and stay close to what I'm looking for. I'm going to hit the search button. Now, I have already been in here this morning, so it's not asking me for a CAPTCHA, but normally you would get a CAPTCHA where you have to fill in the letters, and you can do it a couple times till you get it right, because we never get it right first. Looks like there's only two versions, one version of each of this. Now, Dog Accessories Shop does have some competition. It's only getting 590 searches a month worldwide. That's probably not going to be something we're going to mess with. They probably have dogaccessoryshop.com or something like that, and they're getting most all of the traffic. Okay, so let's try something else. Let's take this one out because that's the one with the dashes. Let's try Dog Accessories and just take out the shop here and see what we come up with. So Dog Accessories, we're going to search that one. Okay, this is not a very good domain name because it has no searches. People are not searching for dog accessories. Did I spell it right? Yes, I did. Let's try putting a space between it and see what happens. So basically, you get the idea. You're going to search for different... I've spelled it wrong. That's why. Now, there is another key. See if I spell it right this time. There's another key. Sometimes, especially if it's a word that's difficult to spell or a word with a lot of double letters, things like that, like Mississippi is very often misspelled. So a lot of people that have sites relating to Mississippi will use the misspelled word as one of their keywords. So if somebody puts in the misspelling, it'll hit on that as well. But I'm not going to worry about that today. It was my typo, my bad. So I got it corrected. We're now searching for dog accessories, and this makes more sense because I couldn't figure out why we weren't getting any hits. So you see the exact term, dog accessories, is getting 110,000 hits a month, and it has a pretty high competition. Anything over halfway is going to give you high competition. So that's, you might want to think about this, but they give you some options down here, and it's giving you about 100 options. And what you can do, you can scroll down and look through these and see which ones have high hit. Now, I've watched a lot of videos of people showing you how to do this, and I have never seen anyone show me how to do this. I found this on my own because I just happen to like to sort things in Excel and other things that I do. So I immediately go to headings searches, and if it has a finger I can click on it and it's going to sort it for me. So now I have all the top producers at the top going down, and the first one up here is iDog Accessories, and it's getting quite a bit of competition, you know, and it's got 110,000 hits a month, and you can see most of these have pretty high competition, and you want to get something over 60-70,000 hits a month, and you know, as you go down you get fewer and fewer hits. I'm surprised that dog and cat accessories is getting so few hits, but this is how you search for a keyword if you have an idea of what you might be looking for. Let's try something like dog collars. Okay, and I'm going to take out accessories. You could leave it, but I'm going to go ahead and take it out. It makes it a little bit easier. And dog collars, it gets 673,000 searches a month. So a lot more people are looking for dog collars than dog accessories. Okay, so you just want to think about how you search. Now again, this is still sorted globally, but you can see, I mean, it's almost completely saturated. There's almost no room in here for dog collars. Okay, so you want to think about, this is the kind of thing you want to look at. These are the things that you want to look at. You want to look at how much competition. Now, chain dog collars, it's not quite as much competition, but then again, it doesn't get as many searches per month. Hot dog collars, I would assume they're probably talking about collars for dachshunds. We used to call them hot dogs when we were kids, but that gets 4,400 hits a month. So, you know, I mean, you can look down, you want to get something with a high hit count, and I would say, I would typically advise something around 60,000 global searches a month. So this, you know, even training dog collars doesn't get that, and what few searches it gets, relatively, it's a lot of competition for those few hits. So you might want to try, you know, keep trying, try a few other terms. How about flea treatment for dogs? Okay, now this is what we call a long tail keyword because it has several words. If you put in flea, you're going to get a lot more hits than if you put in flea treatment. If you put in flea treatment, you're going to get a lot more hits than you do if you put flea treatment for dogs or flea treatment dogs. And I'm going to try both options to see what we get here. Now, old school, and unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I'm old school. Back in the day, we did what we call Boolean searches, and you didn't have to put in things like and, a, of, for, at. So we would just do flea treatment dogs. So I'm going to try both ways and see what happens. Again, I'm going to make sure this is checked. You can change this to different countries if you live in a different place and you want to check that out. You can add, you know, advanced options, change United States, United Kingdom, you know, whatever. But I'm not going to worry about that because for me, I'm in the United States, and you know, this works beautifully for me. If you're in the United Kingdom or whatever, you might want to specialize it or localize it. So again, I'm looking flea treatment for dogs. It's got a pretty high competition, very few searches comparatively. And again, you would think, especially myself living in the South, that you would get a lot more searches than this, but I'm looking over here and it's not, I don't know if it's going to let me open this up and scroll it for you so you can see it a little bit better. When I look at the local monthly searches, the percentage of local versus global monthly searches is very high. So I might want to do something like flea treatment for dogs in my area. So I might want to do flea treatment for dogs in Orlando, Florida. Now, because I have put in a location, okay, this is going to give me, this again is a long tail flea keyword. I'm going to search this, and it's going to give me a much more localized, targeted result. No one is doing this, but let me try something. Flea treatment for dogs in Orlando, Florida. No search terms, nothing globally monthly. But let's go, if I go back into Google, and I'm going to try this flea treatment for dogs in Orlando. Okay, now you notice Orlando Flea Control, Home Canine Advantage, Pet Armor, these are national. But if you look down here, these places are all advertising flea treatments for dogs in Orlando. So if you are a local business, you might want to take advantage of this. Now look at this. Orlando is a very good big area, and it covers quite a bit of area. It includes the area I'm in. We have about, what does it say, about 2 million results. Out of 2 million results, only 1, 2, 3, 4 are shown on the map. So you can take advantage of the free Google Map application and list your localized business so that it appears on the map, and so you might be letter D or whatever. It looks like B has 2 locations. You see this? That's why the blue one's blue and one's red. But if you came up with letter D, a lot of people when they're searching, they're looking at a map. Well, if I live here, I'm going to look for the closest one to me, and that's one of the ways this helps. And this is another way that you can improve your ranking, your hits. So anyway, back to what we're doing. We get flea treatment for dogs in Orlando. Once you have chosen the domain name keywords that you want to use, you want to go back to GoDaddy and see if you can find a keyword based domain name that fits. If you can find one that works for you, then that's what you want to do. So I'm going to do internet marketing for the rest, no spaces, for the rest of, I want to do spaces out of habit. Internet marketing for the rest of us.com. I'm going to search for this just out of curiosity because I just released my book, Internet Marketing for the Rest of Us, not long ago. And let me see if it comes up with internet marketing for the rest of us.com. No, it does not. Someone already has that. So I did do this before I wrote, after I had already written the book and titled it and started the process of releasing it, and when I decided, maybe I ought to check and see if there's a domain name. And I could get the internet marketing for the rest of us.net, but if I search for internet marketing for the rest of us.com, let me just copy and paste it over here so I don't have to retype all that. I'm going to copy that. Did I get it all? I'm going to go back into GoDaddy and put this in here. And I did forget the I, so let me get the I in there. Okay. As you see, Internet Marketing for the Rest of Us comes up right on top. Now, it just so happens this is mine. And even though I do not own that domain name, my book is coming up near the top. So, as you see, sometimes depending on how you choose your keyword, it can be an advantage or disadvantage. And that's another hint I will give you on when we get to the section on product creation. Sometimes if you're creating a new product, you might want to go in and look at what products are already available and base your keywords and your title of your product on some of those keywords you're looking at. So hopefully this will give you a little bit of help and help you understand a little bit what keyword domain names are all about. Again, you want to search for keywords pertinent to your specific niche, and once you find something that seems to work, that has a good hit count, once you find a keyword combination, I know this gets a lot of hits, so I'm going to use this for an example. So here we go again. I hate these captchas, don't you? It looks like TRIPLIGULDIN. Let's see if I got it right. Yep, I did. Okay, so you get the little captcha, so it's easy. Hopefully it's easy enough to figure it out. But for the search terms, the keywords internet marketing, I did a search and it comes up with over 1,200,000, 1.25 million searches per month. That's 1 in a million searches per month for internet marketing. And even though it is a high competition, it's not saturated. There's still room in internet marketing if this is what you're interested in. And again, you can search globally or locally. If you can target your efforts into a local area, so how to do internet marketing in Winter Haven or Georgia or the United States, target it down locally a little bit more. That is also going to help you in regards to your competition. So once you find a keyword that you want to rank for or that you want to purchase a domain name for, you go back over to GoDaddy, search for it, and find something as close to it as possible. And once you get something close, then you can purchase that. And usually you can get a domain name. I would suggest stick under, especially if you're just starting out, look for the ones that are under $25 or $20, depending on, of course, on your budget. But you can see there's a lot of these $10, $12, $6.61. Internet marketing for the rest of us.mobi, and I really probably ought to buy that. But in fact, I might go in there and do that. But for the mobile devices, okay. So a lot of these things are things that you can grab and build your domain name around that. And it's just a simple process of checking it, follow directions, do your checkout and everything. And I think I might do that in the next video. So check your keywords, get your domain name, and you're going to be ready to go and get your domain online and start building your get your hosting and start building your website. So this is Barbara again for iambusinessschool.com. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, if you have any questions or that I may not have answered or covered in this video, or if you run into any problems, feel free to send me an email. My email contact information is on the website. You can also try to catch me in Skype. It's best if you can send me a message ahead of time and let me know that you're looking for me, and I will try to make sure that my Skype is available. I am working very diligently on producing these videos so that I can get these to you. So I usually have it set at do not disturb or away, but that doesn't mean I'm not here. So sometimes you can send me a little message and I'll catch it. But if not, send me an email and I'll get back to you. And if I have to, I'll come on one-on-one with you in Skype and see if I can talk you through your problem. So enjoy it. Have a good day. Go out there and find that awesome keyword that's going to rank you #1 on Google. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.